Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Weronika and I'm a fine artist. I just want to share with you what I've been up to, what I will be up to this year, and just kind of fill you in on my life, business life, so on. So first things first, I have a new studio buddy. We got a kitten back in November, right around Thanksgiving time, like the week of Thanksgiving. We got a new kitten. Her name is Gracie, and we are in love with her so much. She is just the cutest, nicest little sweet kitten ever. She's just so sweet, and she hangs out with me right here in the studio. I have a little cat tree for her right over there. That's the first thing I bought before we even had the cat. I bought the cat tree for the studio because I knew that me being in here all day and the kids would be at school, she would be bored, and she needs to be near me, and she's literally in here right now. Although she doesn't use her cat tree as much as I thought she was gonna, but she is sleeping over there on top of my painting rack, and she's just like snuggled in between a bunch of cardboard boxes because that's what kitties do. But a lot of times she does lay in her little kitty bed over here because it's right in front of the window, which faces my backyard, and my neighbor has a lot of bird feeders, and there's going to be a lot of birds in the summer especially, so she's going to have something to watch when she's in here. So what am I going to talk to you about? I just want to tell you what I've been up to lately and what to expect from me in the near future and just kind of over the year, because I honestly just don't have time for like a heavily edited video. Not that you will ever see those from me because I just don't have the time. I'm a mom of 3 little kiddos, and I just don't have time to make art and film videos and then edit videos and think of stuff. So I'm gonna just take the pressure off of myself, and I'm not gonna try to be like those other artists on here on YouTube making these crazy videos because I just don't have the time. I am a busy mom. I've also been recently diagnosed with autoimmune atrophic gastritis and pernicious anemia. So in case you don't know that, I cannot absorb iron and vitamin B12, so I am always tired. So I'm just trying to deal with my symptoms, which include a lot of stomach pain, nausea, stomach cramps, and I get headaches, and I just need to sleep. Hopefully with the new diagnosis and doctors actually like taking me seriously now, I can feel better because I can have iron injections and stuff, and I do feel like my energy now is a lot better than it was, but I still get those episodes of extreme stomach pain, and I have to just take a few days off and I can't really work. I feel like for the last few years I have not been taking my art business very seriously, just because when I did lettering and I did lettering worksheets, it was very easy. Granted, I had less kids then, but it was very easy. I was able to just create a worksheet, set it up, put it on Etsy, and it would sell. And then all I was doing aside of that was making some YouTube videos here and there, but also just posting to Instagram. Now back then, Instagram was a whole different game, and it was very easy to just make a video and have it go kind of crazy. And then through that, I would get a lot of sales on my worksheets, and it was easy. With fine art, it's not easy. First of all, the price for a piece of art is a lot more than a little lettering worksheet, which only cost a few dollars. So also with lettering worksheets, once I made the worksheet, I was able to sell it over and over and over and over again. I still sell them now, but of course they're not selling like hotcakes like they did back in the day. Now I get a sale, once or twice a week. But fine art is a whole different beast to tackle, and I am still just trying to figure out how to do it. I've kind of figured it out, but I feel like I am not putting enough effort into actually growing my business. I feel like I'm just painting and then just like posting it, but not really strategically in a way to grow over time. So this year, I'm really trying to dedicate to learning how to grow my business, not just paint. Although I do want to paint more because I feel like I have not been painting as much as I want to. So now with the added iron in my blood and more energy, I feel like I'll be able to, but we'll see. Business goals are doing great. Let me show you. I have my little Rad and Happy planner here. I got the big version this year because I am hoping it's going to be a big, busy year. All right, so goal number 1 is to create more YouTube videos. I don't know what they're gonna be. I don't have a list of like what kind of videos I want to make, although I do want to share more with you just the process, and not to be cheesy here, but my journey of how I'm going about trying to grow my business. So I want to share with you more of what worked for me, what didn't work for me, what is working for me currently, like stuff like that. And also just like behind the scenes, studio stuff. And yes, I do want to share with you more like tutorial videos and tips and tricks on like painting and stuff like that. And even other things about like running your business, like maybe setting up something on your computer or like Photoshop, things like that. So if you have any requests, put them down in the comments so I know that you are actually looking for help in that area. Okay, second goal is to make at least 2 classes. I do have some art classes already on my website. I have one on Skillshare that is just like ornament painting, so that's a seasonal class, and I want to make a couple more classes this year. I don't exactly know what they're gonna be yet. I'm still thinking about that, but I do know I want to make at least 2 classes. They're not gonna be like huge, giant, $1,000 classes. They're just gonna be short little classes on like probably just like how to paint something, but I'll think about those when I get there. Another one is to create some kind of digital product. So either like a Procreate brush, a font. I have like 3 fonts on my website and on Creative Market, and I really don't sell a lot of them. Honestly, I've barely made any sales. I think 2 of them didn't even make any sales, but I use them for myself, so it's okay. But I really like fonts. In case you didn't know, I went to school for graphic design. So fonts, I just love fonts. And then once I discovered and learned how to make my own font, I just fell in love with it. But I'm a fine artist, so nobody's looking to me to buy a font. But I do want to make maybe 1 font this year and probably some Procreate brushes or like some Procreate templates. I don't know, but I want to make something because part of growing your business as a fine artist or any artist is to have multiple streams of income. And I feel like having some kind of a digital product out there will just add a little bit to the trickle, of income coming in. Another goal for this year is to create 3 thought out, nicely put together collections of paintings. I already started one. It's right behind there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, paintings so far that I started for this collection. They're going to be various sizes. I do want to make some minis, but this year I also want to paint larger pieces because over the past few years I've only painted mostly like 11 by 14, 8 by 10, 8 by 8, and then a lot of tiny mini paintings. So this year I really want to just kind of paint larger because it's scary. I did paint larger. I had a commission last year that was 24 by 36, which turned out so good. I'm so proud of it. I loved that commission. And I painted, I actually have it right here, right in front of me because I had to move it. This rose painting, this one is also 24 by 36. And I think I did a couple other ones that were like 16 by 20, but really not much big paintings in my life. So this year I really want to challenge myself and paint larger and see how that goes. See if I get any sales of those larger pieces. So the first collection is underway. I am hoping to finish it in February and release it at the end of February. This collection is going to feature creeks and streams, maybe rivers, bodies of water, so not lakes or oceans, just like moving little bodies of water, because I feel like they're just so precious, those little streams of water. When you're out and about in nature and taking a walk or hiking and you see a little water stream, you know, flowing down a mountain, it's just like, oh, look, there's a little creek, there's water flowing. Everybody has little experiences with water and playing in the creek, maybe when you guys were little. I know I grew up by a creek, stream, I don't know what you want to call it. It was pretty big though. It was right by my house, like literally feet from my house back in Poland where I grew up, and I played in it daily. Even in the winter, I would collect icicles and chunks of ice. I would cut them out and bring them home and like make glass out of it and put it in my igloo. Like, it was just like my life playing in that little creek. So I really wanted each of these paintings for this collection to feature a creek because I just love them. I love them so much. I wish I had one running by my house, but I don't. It's one of my dreams to buy a house with a creek running next to it, and hopefully this art business is gonna help me get there and get a house. So that's what I want to do. I want to do 3 large painting collections this year, and maybe a couple other smaller collections. So not necessarily collections, but like a little set of maybe like 4 little paintings or 4 little drawings or like 5 little sketches or something smaller, quicker, that's not going to take me, 2 months to like put together. Just something very quick. Another one is to sell more prints. I have a lot of prints on my website. I have all prints on Etsy and prints on my website. I want to sell more prints. I want to get out into the world and sell more prints, whether it's like wholesale or just on my website or on Etsy or through Minted. I did apply to Minted Challenge this year, and I don't know what to expect from it. I'm honestly kind of scared, but we'll see. Minted has a few challenges every year for fine art, so I want to apply to them and maybe get my prints in Minted. I already sell my art through Minted. I sell my ornaments through Minted, and I have fine art like originals on Minted. Not a lot, a few of them are on Minted, but I don't have prints through Minted as like a licensing deal type of thing. I would love to do that. I do want to apply to Artfully Walls and a few other places where hopefully I can get my prints sold that way, because that would also be another income stream for myself and help me grow my business and get my name out there. So that's my goal this year. Okay, so one goal for this year that I do have, that's a personal goal that has nothing to do with art, is to read 35 books this year. In case you guys didn't know, I love reading books. I am kind of obsessed with books. I should have one of these booktube channels, but I don't, because I feel like people are already doing a great job. I also feel like I'm not articulate enough, and I can never find the right vocabulary to describe books and stuff, but I love reading books. I read them all the time. I'm either listening to a book or reading a book or some kind of a book activity at all times. I do have a Goodreads account. If you guys want to follow me there, I'll put it right down here. You can go check me out. Fun fact, I used to have a book blog back in the day. It was called Love Thy Book, and I loved it. But I was still in college, I think, when I started it, or right out of college. So I had no kids. I had a job that was just like an internship and some other job at a grocery store. It wasn't anything, I wasn't building a business. But I've always had a book blog for years. And then I took it down because I was focusing on building my art business. So I didn't have time to do both. I did both for a little while, but it kind of fell apart. And then I changed my name and everything, and then I started a new blog on my art website, and then that kind of went away because I feel like people don't read art book blogs anymore. People just listen to booktubers and book talks, you know, stuff like that. So I stopped with the blogging because it was just taking up too much time. But I would love to talk to you guys about books. So maybe once a month, I'll just like do a little recap on what books I've been reading, because that would be so much fun. Last year, I set a goal to read 30 books, and I actually read 32. I was very proud of myself for beating my goal. You know, when my kids were little, I didn't read as much and it was just hectic, but I always read. So I never stopped reading, but my goal of 50 books a year went down to, you know, like 10 or 15. But I do always listen to books, and I do count those as reading because, you know, you're absorbing the information, so it still counts. So currently I am reading this book right here called The Nanny Share. I just started it actually, so I'm not far in, so I don't even know how it's gonna go. And the other one I am reading right now is The Good Lie. I am looking forward to reading this book this year. I just got this one a couple weeks ago. I got this one. It's not a new book, but it is set in a wintry scene here. So I'm waiting for a very snowy day to read this one because I feel like that would just kind of go along with it. Also, this one has been on my shelf, literally on my shelf next to my bed for a year now, and I feel like I need to prepare myself because I feel like this is going to be a hard book, like a emotionally hard book to read. I got this one waiting for me. These are just a few books that I have on my to be read nightstand, literally, because there is a whole bookcase of books that I have not read yet in my house. This one, and I just finished this one last year at the end of the year, and I loved this book so much. At first I hated it, and I was like, what is this? I don't get it. Let me just finish it to get it over with. It's a very small book. But then once I got to the end, I was like, what? Wait. Let me read this again because it just got better. It's that kind of book. I have a lot of books on here as well. So I love books. So maybe I'll do this. Maybe once a month or once every couple months or something like that. Randomly, I'll just pop in here and talk about books because art and books are my life. I'm either painting or sketching or drawing, or I'm reading books. Maybe one day I'll give you guys a tour of my bookcase because there's a lot of books there. I have a problem with books, and if only I could take out these books and like put them on a shelf, that would be amazing. And if only I could read for a living and get paid for it, that would be ideal, and then my art would just be my hobby. But since I can't get paid to read books, I will like just keep painting. If you got to the end of this video and you are still here, thank you so much. You are the best, and I just thank you. Thank you so much. So please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos and get notified of new videos coming out. Also, please follow me on social media. I am mostly active on Instagram. I do post a little bit on TikTok, not that much. Facebook, it gets posted, but I'm not really there. So if you really want to get in contact with me, do it through Instagram, or of course you can email me. And I will put my newsletter sign up down below so that you can sign up for my newsletter. I have two different ones. One is for collectors looking to buy my art, and another one is for educational purposes, where I would send you an email with like a video. If I release a new video or a new class or like a tutorial or anything like that, then that goes in a separate email. So you can subscribe to both or one or the other. So I'll see you guys in a week or two, and thanks for watching again. Bye.